area and converting area units. So let's have a quick look at what area is. Area is usually the space inside a two-dimensional shape. Inside a two-dimensional shape. Let's have a look at the following. Let's say I have 1 centimeter. Now that I know that's not 1 centimeter, but this is enlarged 1 centimeter. So if I have a 1 centimeter, I know that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So if that's 1 centimeter, then I will have 10 millimeters. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. So in that length of mine, I have 1 centimeter and I have 10, which equals 10 millimeters. Right, how do I remember that? I'm going to remember it by using the following, my little thing that I had previously. We had kilometers, the biggest unit. Then we had meters. Then we had centimeters. And then we had meters. And what we said is, we said we have 1,000 meters, 100 centimeters, and 10 meters. And I also said that if I go from there to there, from there to there, from there to there, I times by that value, and if I go in that direction, I divide. So that's what I already knew. And that's why I had said that if I have 1 centimeter, I'm going to times it by 10, and that's going to give me 10 millimeters. I'm going to get 10 millimeters. Okay, so if I have this shape, that's going to give me 1 square centimeter. Okay, so this is going to give me 1 square centimeter. 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, that's the space inside a closed shape. So that will give us 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, 1 by 1, and 1 by 1 equals 1. And we're going to say this is centimeter times a centimeter equals centimeter squared. And that's why the units are always squared, because it's a centimeter by a centimeter. Now we said that 1 centimeter has got 10 millimeters, and it means in this direction also is going to have 10 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many, if I break the centimeters up into millimeters, in that direction and direction, it means that I have square millimeters, which means 10 millimeters times 10 millimeters, and that will give me 100 millimeters squared. So we can see that if we go in area and we go from meters to centimeters, from centimeters to millimeters, I can't just multiply by 10, because 1 centimeter squared does not equal 10 millimeters squared. It actually equals 100 millimeters squared, which means we'll have to adapt this thing. Now all I want you to is, I want you to learn this. Remember I said if you know this, then everything else is going to make sense. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say, if this is kilometers squared, meters squared, centimeters squared, and millimeters squared, then this will become times 1,000 squared, 100 squared, and 10 squared. And look what happens now. If I go from centimeters squared to millimeters squared, so from centimeters squared to millimeters squared, I'm going to times by 10 squared. And 10 squares, 10 times 10 is 100. So 1 centimeter square is 100 millimeters squared. We'll have a look at some more examples soon, but what you need to realize is, whatever shape I have, if I find the area, it will always be in square units. Now I'm going to quickly revise as well how you work this is, so if I say times by 100 squared, so if I say times, let's say 1,000 squared, if I times 1,000 squared, you can use a calculator, or that's the same as 1,000, 1, 2, 3 zeros twice, which means it's going to be another 3 zeros. So it's times a million. If I say times 100 squared, it's going to be the same as 1, 0, 0 twice, 0, 0. If I say times 10 squared, 10 squared is times 10 times another 0, so it's 1 0 twice, is times 100. If you know this, you can use it, otherwise I will just use my calculator. Area is the space inside a two-dimensional shape, and it's measured in units square. So in these examples, they ask us to convert 0.248 meters squared to centimeters squared. So to go from meters squared to centimeters squared, I times by 100 squared. So I'm going to say 0.248 times 100 squared. On your calculator, you can do that. You just say 0.248 times 100 squared equals, and the answer is 2480, and that will be centimeters squared. To go from millimeters squared to centimeters squared, to go from millimeters to centimeters, I divide by 10, but now it's 10 squared. That means it is 3100 divided by 10 squared equals, and the answer is 31, and that will be centimeters squared.